Hey, welcome back to Within Pages. It's been a hot minute, and I know I always say that, but you know what? Life happens. The month of March, very happy start. My birthday and all that stuff. Like, yay! I did struggle a bit this month. You know, emotionally wise, mental wise. Suffice it to say, everything that's happening in the world, with all of the awful things that are occurring, the passing of a lot of anti-LGBT laws, and my personal things as well. It's been really stressful. I'm not gonna lie. Did get some reading done though. I unfortunately did not get to complete the entire TBR, but at this point, I'm just kind of rolling with it. But pretty much, I've just been trying to realign myself and pretty much come to terms with certain things and not trying to let the negativity of the world get to me, essentially. It's been tricky. I'm the kind of person that gets really affected by news, so I try not to listen to it, but being a advocate for LGBT, being part of the community myself, being a peace-loving person in general, and seeing all the things that are happening in the world, it's hard to kind of distance yourself from that, even if you don't want to listen to the negativity. My whole philosophy is I was put on this world to do the best that I can, not only for me, but for the people around me. So when I see something that I don't agree with, and I'm not the confrontational type, but I feel the need that I have to advocate. I need to donate my, use my time to make a difference in some capacity. So trying to do all of that and balance my own emotions on it is very tricky business. I'll get there eventually, but pretty much I just been kind of struggling with that. But I did get to reading a good amount of books. So, as I mentioned in my last video, I think it was like a TBR update and everything. I did finish the Doubt series. It was super awesome. Highly, highly recommend it. If you want something that is going to keep you on the edge of your seat, and you're just like, alright, what's gonna happen next? Like, who's the bad guy? Is the main character good or not? Are they gonna survive? All of these questions are the questions that you want in a thriller like manga or a story in general, where you're just like, knowing that the main character may not survive to the end. That is where I feel thrillers are the best, you know? If the character constantly feels safe, it kind of dulls the danger, the agency to do what needs to be done in the story. But with the Doubt series, I have to say that they tackled the story, and pretty much from point A to point B, we got to see what happened, why they were kidnapped, what was the purpose, and unfortunately, not to spoil or anything, like in all good stories, not everybody makes it to the end. Like I mentioned before, this continues into another series which is called Judge. For this book and the other ones that I've read so far, I am currently working on a review. I don't know how in-depth I'm going to get on it. I'm currently like revising through scripts. It's not some huge production by any means, but I like to have things organized so that I can get my thoughts across and all of that good stuff. So be expecting a review for the Judge series. I also finished Five Nights at Freddy's Silver Eyes, and to be completely honest, this book had me hooked from the very beginning to the very end. That's something floating around my eye. I was not bored at any point in this story. Like, I was pretty much ensnared from the moment that I started it. And as I mentioned before, I did this in audio because my book is a little flimsy at the moment because of damage. But pretty much the story was really good. Atmosphere was there. They dealt with a whole bunch of characters and they switched in and off between the characters, and I feel like they gave every single one of them a good amount of time for you to actually care about them. Pretty much to solve the entire mystery of who killed their best friend when they were younger. And we got the answers, and I was not disappointed. Now, I do have to say this. Getting into the stories, of course, you can definitely pick up this book and you can enjoy the story for what it is. I think what made this even more exciting for me was that being a fan of the games, there's already a lot of lore, there's already a lot of story to it. So while the books don't exactly tie in with the game, they're like an alternative story to it. So like in another world, this is how it happened. And knowing the information that I know from the games and then the ones from the book and seeing the intersections and what inspired what, it is so cool. Suffice it to say, I thoroughly enjoyed the book, and there's 2 more in this trilogy, and I'm extremely excited to read them. So that one would be Five Nights at Freddy: The Twisted Ones, and this one is a signed copy, awesome. And then Five Nights at Freddy's: The Fourth Closet. They also have graphic novels to them, which I am currently in the process of getting because who doesn't like graphic novels? Another book that I had on my TBR was Warm Bodies. And unfortunately, again, I think I'm starting to notice that when it comes to actual novels, actual books with the words, it takes me so much more longer to read through them. If they have pictures, I can move along much more quicker. But when it comes to novels, it's a little tricky. A lot of it has to do with concentration and lack of time because I work literally every single day and things are always hectic. But I think the other issue is it's kind of hard for me to see most times, so that part kind of sucks. So I've been gravitating a bit more towards audio, and Warm Bodies does not have an audio, as far as I know. If you happen to know, let me know about that. But I am making great strides in the book. I was not that far away from finishing the book, to be completely honest, but April, March came and went, and I was just like, darn it, it's being added on to my April TBR. And the only other book that I did not get to read was The Mortal Instrument City of Glass. The book is a bit of a chunkster, but I decided to give myself a break from the fantasy series so that I don't burn out. But I am going to get to that one as well, and hopefully get it done. I am feeling very on the romantic side. I'm feeling like shower me with love, shower me with attention, give me some chocolates, you know what, give me the flower. Hold my hand. Thank you. What I'm going to do is add Warm Bodies to this because I'm just about done with it, and that in and of itself is a romance kind of book anyway, or at least in my opinion it is. And also City of Glass so that I can get into reading that. But I do have a couple of other things that I do want to introduce, and you may or may not have seen it on the short already, but I'm going to be reading Millennium Snow, not Millennial. So yeah, this one is pretty much about 17-year-old Chiyuki Matsuka, who was born with the heart problem, and her doctor says she won't live to see the next snow. Then you have Toya, who is an 18-year-old vampire who hates blood and refuses to make the traditional partnership with a human, whose life-given blood would keep not only him alive, but Chiyuki alive for 1,000 years. Chiyuki makes the most of the time that she has left, even though things aren't exactly exciting. And until she comes across the reluctant vampire late one chilly night, can Chiyuki teach Toya to feel passion for life, even as her own is ending? Extremely excited. I can't. So, the next one, it's a BL, so Boys Love Manga. This one right over here, The False Memories. I like it. This is a little bit on the... Let me see, where is it? It's a little bit on the saucy side. Explicit content. Although they were best friends in high school, Nakano and Suda haven't talked in 10 years, which may have a little something to do with the fact that not only were they more than best friends, but also that Suda broke Nakano's heart, leaving him to pick up the pieces. Now that they've been thrown back together, thanks to a work project, Nakano is determined to put the past behind him, and both men decide to keep their relationship strictly professional. The question is, can they? I'm pretty sure we can... Where's my glasses? I'm pretty sure that we can deduct. Is that explicit material? We got a really saucy cover. I don't think they're gonna be able to do that. So I can't wait. The next book that I'm going to be reading is Alice, the 101st. I'm super excited to be reading this one, and I'll just give you a brief description of the book. So, the Monsville School of Music is where the ultra-elite stars of tomorrow, I don't know what that was, gather to study, and only 100 students are admitted into the school each year. But even though he's made the cut, Aristid's got a huge secret. He's never even learned the basics of playing music. Soon the host goes joking about Alice the 101st, but will this stunning class performance finally silence their laughter? I read this quite a long time ago. I think it was 11 years ago. I think it may have been 11 years ago that I read this. I remember enjoying it, so I can't wait to revisit it, see if it still holds up. And it kind of falls in line. Like, the character is extremely lovable, and there seems to be this kind of like weird static between him and this other character. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't. Will they, won't they? I have no idea. And the last book that I'll be adding on the TBR is Heartstoppers, volume number 2. I am so excited to be revisiting this world. I finished the first one back for my February TBR, and I loved it. It was wonderful. It was the first crush vibes, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm dying. It's like the sweetness was there. So I can't wait to read number 2. I know that the show is just about to drop, so I'm so excited for that too. And I am going to cry. Most likely I will cry. Like, it's just so wonderful. And to see it have a Netflix series adaptation, I'm just like, I can't wait. And with that, I have gone over the wrap up for March, the TBR for April, and I'm so excited to like finish up everything that I've done, that I have on my TBR, I should say. Get done with Warm Bodies, finish up City of Glass, and then get to my romance pile right over here. I can't wait. It's gonna be so wonderful. February already passed, but you know what? I still love to love. It's just, I can't. But if you did like the video, leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Let me know what books you have read. If you read any of these, which books you're excited for, what books you're reading for your TBR. Like, share that with me. Love recommendations. Leave it down in the comment section. Right, and with that, I shall say goodbye. Bye-bye.